Hello everyone, Abby here at Purple Cottage Crafts, and welcome back to another video here on my YouTube channel. So I have to refilm this intro. I am so bummed. I don't know what happened to the original intro file. I literally spent almost 45 minutes searching my passport and my which is an external hard drive, and also on my laptop and all my different files and folders. I do not know what happened. I must have accidentally deleted it, and I'm just so disappointed because, you know, it had my usual intro of like all the things I'm gonna do and blah 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 blah. So I have to refilm that before we just jump into what I'm doing, so it makes sense. So I kind of briefly in that lost file talked about the passport to journal workshop that I attended in December, but with Orly Avenary, and I will of course link her information below. I haven't done a complete flip through of this yet, but I will, because I'm now done with it. Not this video, but another video. And what I was sharing in that video is just different ways that you can create your own washi tape. Now, I'm not talking in the context of, you know, where you put down like, you know, different types of masking tape or sticker paper and you paint on it and stamp on it. Those are all fantastic ideas as well. But this is more washi tape that's more Abby style. And so I was just sharing with you some things that I use, and I'm sure tons of other people do it too, but I wanted to share it on my YouTube channel. So some of the materials, and I don't have them all out now because I don't want to go dig everything out again, but I will point each, you know, you'll see as I go along, because I have a different segment for each item I use. But like piano roll paper, I think I used the brown in this video, but white's what I have handy. Piano roll paper, I use tea bags, not just this kind, but also the ones that are like meshy looking. And then some of the, you know, like the spine of old books and stuff, things like that. And I did sari silk, and I think book tape or something. I can't remember exactly because I have to like look at the files again. But that's what I was showing in this video with all of you. So I'm not going to show them to you right now because you'll see them in the following clips. But I will come back at the very end and do a brief outro, since I never filmed that apparently, because I couldn't find that either. So I hope you enjoy the next few clips. And again, it's just me showing you how I like to incorporate different things that I like to kind of collect and gather and use in my projects, which is more my style of washi tape. So, and again, like I said, everybody probably already knows this, but this is just me sharing it on my channel. So I hope you enjoy the following clips, and I will see you at the end of the video. Okay, so for our next washi tape example, we're going to be using some of the spines, the cloth, and the different book cloth and the different tapes and whatnot that you get from the spines of our old books that we take apart. So this is just off of 6 books, probably closer to 8 actually, because that I took apart, and then some of the smaller bits are from some other books that I just kind of been saving. So I'm slowly filling up my metal drawer here of this yummy goodness. So I mean, you know, you could use like this part in here as the washi tape if you wanted to just add a little bit of a really cool look. Let me zoom in here so we can get a closer peek at that. Let me check my lighting here. Okay, since it's like probably, yeah, it's about, oh my goodness, almost 3 a.m. now, and wasn't sure if the lighting was going to be all weird or what, but like this would be really cool to put this in there. I'm not, because this doesn't really go with this example I'm sharing with you right now, but that's a really cool way you could add that as your washi tape and put that in there. But for me and for this purpose, I'm going to use, what did I just do with it? Did I put it back in here? I think I did. I'm just going to use one of these strips of this old book cloth tape, or whatever, webbing, whatever you want to call it. And I think that does look really cool. I don't need this to go here because these pages are already stuck in because I glued them in. But I want it just because I like the look of it. And I think it's just kind of cool. So I'm going to do it where I think I want... Do I want the texture to be up? I think I do, just because I like how that looks, and when I'm holding my passport I can get that textural feel that I love so much. So this one just happens to be the perfect length. Some of mine are shorter, some are longer, just depends on the look you like. You could also use, like in a larger book, I mean this would be really cool to put in here too, even a piece like this that's this big with some of the page still attached. Oops, let me zoom out just a tad, sorry. There we go. So that's a really cool look too, but in this example, I don't want to cover up that much of my pages, but look at that. Look how yummy that would be, this larger one with the page still attached and that texture. So yummy. Let's see here. So, but I think this is probably what I'm going to stick with because some of these are pretty wide, but some of these I don't want to take apart, you know, for this project. So I'm going to save those for another day and another project. But for this one, we'll go ahead and use this piece. Now this is going to be a little messy. You could use score tape if you wanted, and the score tape would obviously, you'd fill it through the webbing because it, you know, it's going to be tacky. There are ways you can lessen that tack. You can use different adhesives, a glue stick or whatever. But I'm just going to keep sticking with the matte gel medium. So I'm just going to clip my book down here, keep it nice and flat, and I'm choosing to use it with texture that's on here, little bits of pages. I'm going to use that as the top, and if they fall off as I'm opening my passport and writing in it and just looking at it, then that's fine. I don't care about that. That's, you know, it's all just kind of part of it. And I know I'm kind of off frame or out of frame. Let me scooch this over a little bit. There we go. And just spreading this on. And I will definitely put another piece of that deli paper. I might kind of zap it with my heat tool just to kind of get to where it's a little bit tacky so it's not quite so wet, because I don't want to lose any part of the webbing. And it might look like I'm putting on a lot, but I'm putting on a little, you know, a little bit, but I'm just trying to kind of soak it in to the webbing, especially the pieces, the parts with the paper bits, or the glue, I guess it is, that are still attached. So, all right, we'll do that. We'll pull this baby off, and then we'll just put our washi tape down, like this. And I'm just using my nails to poke it in. And again, I am not going to be concerned about whether there's more on this side, more on that side, that type of thing. So I'm going to put this in here just because this is so fragile, like, you know, delicate material here we're using. And just kind of use my bone folder, kind of poke it down in there, and then just give the book or the passport or whatever you're using a little squishy squish here. Just kind of flatten it out a little bit. And then we'll take a peek and see if I need to make any adjustments. I might need to put just a little bit more down in the crevice, but I think, nope, that's actually going to stay just like it is. Perfect. So it's getting in there nicely. Love it. Love it, love it. All right, so I'm just going to let this dry, but look at how cool this looks, though, as a washi. And you're using something that would normally probably wind up in the trash, not in my house, or my craft rooms, I should say. But, you know, most people throw this kind of stuff away. So you're repurposing something, and you're also creating another layer of awesome texture and visual, you know, visual texture in whatever project you're working on. And it's something that you already have in your craft room. If you are into vintage books and doing junk journals and things like that, like I am, then these are all things that you can find. I mean, you can pick up books from yard sales and stuff super cheap or thrift shops. So just another way that you can use another part of your book that you've gutted into your project. So that's another example of some washi tape. All right, I will see you all in the next clip. I'm not sure which one we're going to do next because I'm kind of I'm not filming these in order or like in the same day, except for this one, the last one. But it is, like I said, a little after 3 a.m. now, so I probably should try to go in and lay down. I don't normally fall asleep till 3 or between 3 and 4, so this is like normal bedtime for me. So probably just going to go ahead and just leave this alone, let it sit for the rest of the night, and then well, I will see you in the next segment, and we'll see where we're at with our other forms of washi tape. So I will see you soon. Okay, so I'm going to show you an example of how you can use some tea bags as your washi tape. So I'm going to go ahead and just grab a couple here. I'm kind of getting down to slim pickings. I have some more in the house I need to prepare, so I'll probably get that done next day or so. And if I can, I like to tear mine, but I like that seam kind of being in the middle. So I think I'm just going to leave this doubled up. Usually I cut it so I have, you know, like I cut it down or tear it down the middle so I have 2 strips instead of just, you know what I'm trying to say. Hopefully you understand what I'm trying to, hopefully I'm coming across clearly is what I'm trying to spit out. But I like how that looks. But I think what I want to do, because I want to, you know, I want to fix this page in this passport that I'm working on. So I think I am going to go ahead and just tear this, because I do want to just try one layer, because if I can get the color of the paper here to show through, then that's what I'd like to do, because I love how that looks with the Eco Bath. Now you can of course cut this if you want to, or use your tear ruler. I'm doing it you know, just this way because I kind of like the look, you know, the texture of it and everything. So, and I'm just getting rid of this part here where it was folded in the tea bag, so it's just not quite so precise. All right, let me clip my book down here a little bit. There we go. Make sure I'm in frame. And for adhesives, for at least for this part, I'm just choosing to use this Clear Matte Gel, because that's just what I've been using. You of course can you know, use whatever adhesive you prefer. That is a personal choice, of course. You know, you could use score tape, other wet adhesives, like you know, you could use your art glitter glue, craft bond glue. You can use a glue stick if you want to, that kind of thing. It just, again, like, it just depends on what you like. And so I'm going to go ahead and just dip in here. I might be off camera a little bit. Sorry, I'm just putting some matte gel medium on the back of this tea bag. And I like to crinkle mine. I like that look. Again, just more added texture. And if you prefer more of the smooth look, or dependent upon what project it is you're working on, the theme of it, then, you know, you could make that decision at that time. Okay, so let's grab this baby here, and let's grab it and just put it in. And I'm not going to be concerned if it's even on both sides. That's not what I'm going for. This is just to help kind of seal that page back in there, and kind of help combine those two. Just kind of poke that in there a little bit, and I'm not concerned about there being gel medium on the top, so I'm not going to do any type of stamping or anything like that. Of course, if you use the Uniball pens, if you want to doodle or, you know, write out a quote or something like that, you're able to do that with the Uniball pens. So, oops, let me get my little hand clip off there. Just kind of give it a press. And then what I'll do, because I want to keep working, is I'll just put a strip of some wax paper or some deli paper, and that's going to prevent the pages from, you know, when I'm working on a different page, from it getting stuck together and then it tearing. So for now, I'm just going to grab this strip of deli paper that I happen to just have sitting here, and I'll just kind of poke that in there, but just to give you a closer peek of how cool that looks as your washi tape. So, you know, there are so many different things that you can use to make your own washi tape from your supplies that you already have. Really, really cool. So I'm going to go ahead and let this one dry. That's what'll happen. I lost where I was already.
The verb happen is usually defined.
Oh my goodness. Alexa, stop. I have no idea why Alexa just started talking. She scared the tar out of me. Oh my goodness. I was like, duh, somebody's in here. Scared me. I totally forgot where we just were. Oh, there we are. Good grief, Abby. I'm going to go ahead and get myself ready for the next little example, and we will continue on with our homemade / DIY washi tape. So I will see you in the next clip. Yes, we are back with the passport again. So this is a tea bag, and I probably should have showed this to you before. I think it's the only one I have out here right now. Yeah, so this is one of those tea bags that comes like in a triangle, and it had like a bigger chunks of loose tea in it. And so what I did is I cut it down. I've been using it throughout the passport here, and I just did some different inks on it and sprayed it and coffee dyed and all that stuff. And then I was holding my heat tool, and I was watching something on TV on YouTube, and I got a little too close, but that's okay because it kind of melted a bit. That's fine. Just be careful if you do that in the future. Don't do what Abby did. So I like it, just add a texture, and I think it looks really cool. So this one I'm going to put right here. And again, this is just decorative washi tape. So I'm going to use my glue stick this time, just to use something different than what I have been using. And let me grab my little piece of Ooh, what did I do with it? I got such a mess on my work area here. Oh, here we go. And I'm just going to use my glue stick, and because I used distress ink on here with coffee dye, but it might be a little bit of smeary because, you know, the distress ink is, you know, it's water soluble, but that's okay. I don't care. So I'm just going to go ahead and just kind of run my glue stick over this tea bag, and I'm just kind of, I'm probably doing more than I need to, but I just want to make sure I get it into those little groovies of, you know, little fiber, little texture bits of this tea bag here. There's that, and then just real super simple, easy peasy weezy. I'm just gonna grab it. I like the hole down the bottom. I don't know why. I know I did a little of a tear too. I think that's kind of a cool look. So you can rough and tumble this up as much as you want to, and just kind of put that in here. And that just happens to be the length that I had left, so it worked out perfect for this page. And just kind of push that in. Just use the side of my hand here to kind of, and I'm hoping this will stick. I don't know how well this is going to work with that type of tea bag as far as a glue stick, but I'll find out. It's a learning curve, of course. Learn as, you know, we find out what works and what doesn't work. So, and I can see it's not wanting to stick right there, the glue stick, but that's okay. So let's go ahead and use some matte medium since I still got it on my brush, and we'll see how that works. And like I said, it could be just because, you know, of the material of this tea bag. It's almost like a silicone-y, plasticky, you know, it's not like a paper like the, or, you know, paper fiber like the other regular tea bags. And then I'm just going to do a little bit here, make sure I'm still in frame. And just, yeah, that might be a better choice to use, especially, well, it's sticking down here fine, but on these edges, if you don't want them curling up like mine were, just to use some, you know, my example, I'm using matte medium, of course, but you can use whatever. And I think that's kind of a cool look. Just give it a squish. You don't have to do that. It's just something I do. And if you want to take your heat tool to this, just be careful. Hold it up higher because it does melt. It's kind of like a plasticky material, but I think it looks pretty cool. There is another example of using a meshy type of tea bag for washi tape in your project. Pretty cool. Okay, so now I am ready to do another washi tape example in my passport that I'm working on. She's almost done. She's getting so cute and chunky. I, of course, will do a flip through that. So what I wanted to use this time, because I've done the tea bag, I think I did, I'm trying to remember, because I've been filming this particular video on the DIY washi over a couple of weeks as I'm working on different things. And so I know I did a tea bag. I can't remember if I did fabric or not. Oh, I don't remember. When I edit the video, I'll put it across the screen if I did. I don't remember. But what I want to use this time are some stamps. And so I have a bunch of vintage stamps. These are the ones I was using in the project earlier when I was working in my passport. But I think I want to dig into these. I got a ton, I'll link that video below in case you didn't see it, of old stamps for 20 bucks. I mean, I probably got a couple thousand stamps at least. And she individually wrapped or put these in little baggies and stuff. So I'm just going to kind of peek through here and see which ones I would like to use that I think would look good. Let me kind of weigh this down a little bit more so I can see. So I think I like, let's see here. Let me kind of clip this down a little bit more so I can kind of see a little bit better. There we go. There. Let's see. I like the brown. That looks good. I don't really have reds in here. Not that that matters, but I do like this orange one just because of the color palette that's in here. And let's see, there's some greens. I like the green and the brown. I might put a pop of red in. I do like that. And then there's some more green. I think that might do me. Well, so what I want to do is just put some stamps down through here. Now, this is kind of a deep crevice as far because I glued pages in. Let me zoom in, you guys. I'm so sorry. I was up so far. So the stamps, because they're not the biggest, they might kind of sink in there. But I do have these stamps that are on like the envelope still. So let me go ahead and open this up and pull these out here and take a look and see how that would work. Because what I could do is like a double layer. Yeah, see, that'll look really cool. And this is just visual. Does not need to have any type of structure because it's glued in there. It's not going nowhere unless I rip it out. But I like how that looks. So I like that one there. And I'm going to do some of these kind of wonky. Let me pull these off to the side, the ones I haven't committed to yet. And to make this faster, I'm just going to cut these open. And I think it's kind of a fun way to use your stamps, whether you make them yourself, whether you know they're actual vintage stamps like these are, or you know they're just you know, die cut stamps, however it is you come across them. It's just another fun way to incorporate them into your projects, I think, aside from just having, you know, just another fun way to use them, I guess is just what I'm trying to say. So like that one there. And then you can kind of, like this one's a little thicker piece of envelope, like a, so I'm just going to kind of crease it a little bit. And again, it's kind of fun to do these where they're a little bit wonky. So I'm going to do that where it's not quite even. Just give it kind of a finger press. You can use your bone folder if you want. And then I'll, you know, kind of just do this kind of a thing with it. And then this will be kind of fun to, fold in lengthways. Fold that. And then they can overlap. I'm totally cool with that. We'll just kind of do like that. And then let's see, where's that one on the brown? I liked how that looked. So let's do it this way so you can see the actual, and don't look too close on my nails. I have an appointment in a couple days. My nails are a hot mess. That is for sure. And this is still going to give me some room to do journaling on here. And I can also decide not to glue this all the way down if I don't want to, make a little tuck spot if you want to do that. So I do want to kind of be mindful of giving me some room to journal. So maybe I'll save this for one that's got pockets. I think I might do that because I thought it might give me enough room, but then I'm looking, I'm like, I kind of write big. So let's maybe change that. But I could, let's see. Still could kind of fold it over and still write. Yeah, I'm going to use it. I like how it looks. I think it looks good there. And then we have that. And then let's do this. And you know, then I can kind of go over top of some of these with some smaller stamps and do this if I want. If I don't want to tip them up, you know, if I decide not to. Just kind of depends, because I can always write this direction too. Ooh, that'll be kind of unique. I think I'll do that when I go to journal in this. I'll write, I'll do it portrait instead of landscape. That'd be kind of you know what I'm trying to say. I'm not sure I'm saying the right words. Let's see, that would look kind of cool. I like that. So, all right, let's do that. So let's go ahead and glue these babies down. There we go. So that is another way that you can, another type of medium that you can use in your different projects of whatever. I just happen to be showing some examples in this passport because that's what I'm currently trying to finish, and I'm almost done. Yay! to use as your washi tape. So let me pull everything off, and of course I'll let it dry. I'll probably hit it with my heat gun just for a minute or so, you know, just a quick pass so I can continue working on. But if you didn't want to use your heat tool, you could definitely set it off to the side and work on another page, or you could always put like a piece of deli paper or wax paper, or you know, whatever it is you happen to have, a glassine, but whatever, you can stick it in there, of course, and then go on to the next part or whatever the project is you're working on. But that is another example of how you can use you know, stamps, whether it might happen to be vintage, but whether you have vintage stamps, or like I mentioned, you make your own, or die cuts or whatever, how you can use them as a form of a washi tape down, in this example, down the center of a little journal. So I think it's kind of fun. So I will see you in the next clip, and we'll go from there. Okay, so yes, we are still in the passport. So what I did, this is one of the I pack my stuff in like vintage things because I love it when I go to workshops and whatnot. So these are some of the different fibers and sari silk and laces and threads and floss, all that kind of stuff that I took to the workshop for with Orly. And I wanted to incorporate, oops, I just lost the piece I had in my hand. I wanted to incorporate, here it is. I wanted to incorporate some of this as the washi. So I think they look cool. So this is one of the pages I glued in. I could leave it just like that. It's totally fine, but I do kind of want to cover that a little bit where some of the pages tore, or the page, you know, stuck to the fabric. So plus it'll be kind of another little fun pop of color. And I'm trying to see which is right side up, not that it really matters. And these colors, this color palette with this sari silk just happens to go with the color of the passport. So, and I don't mind if it sticks up a little bit, so I'm going to go a little bit high, and then we'll snip off down here, and I can always trim it off if I need to. So I'm going to go ahead and use the matte medium again, since that's what I have out. And there we go. And if you're worried about it when you have the book open but more, I can kind of just push down in here just a little bit more into the crease. And then, oops, and I pulled that down a little bit. Let me fix that a little bit here. There we go. And, oh, my nails are coming in handy as little tools to grab that silk. So there you go. So there's another way that you can use, you know, you can use sari silk as your washi tape. And of course I'll trim that off a little bit, but just to kind of give you that, isn't that a cool look? Just like a nice touch of texture in there into the spine of this passport. So I will see you guys in the next clip. All right, so this should be my last example in my passport, because this is kind of, I'm done after I put this little bit in here. So again, this doesn't need to have any type of coverage. It's all structurally sound. I do love the texture from when the pages were still a little bit tacky. I love that added texture, but I do want to go ahead and add another bit of visual texture by using some piano roll paper. And in case you don't know what piano roll paper is, remember the old-timey player pianos? Well, they took these rolls and they had different you know, different songs, different genres of music, and then you would put it into the player piano, and this piece here would clip into the machine, and it would load it, and then it would just play whatever song was on the piano roll paper. So I have some that are in white, and then I also have some that are in the natural brown, and then this is basically the music that would play on the player piano, just for those who didn't know. have just another form of another medium to use as your decorative washi tape, and that's just kind of a fun, cool, interesting look, I think, to add to your project. So I hope you enjoyed using piano roll paper, or seeing how you can use piano roll paper in your passport journals or whatever projects you're working on. It could be tags, whatever, as another form of decorative washi. So, all right, I will see you in the next clip. Okay, so I hope that you enjoyed watching my previous clips about how I use different materials in my projects for my, DIY washi tape or faux washi tape, whatever you want to call it. And I just think it's just a really fun way to upcycle old items, like the book spines and tea bags and different types of papers and scraps of like sari silk or lace, any kind of thing like that. I think it's just kind of a fun way to upcycle it, but to also have it, to use as a decorative element in your projects, whatever it is you want to work on. And I just love the way that the old book papers, the spines, I just love how that looks. So anyway, if you have any questions about how I did anything, or if I went over something too quickly, or you might have some other suggestions of things you can use. I mean, the possibilities are obviously endless. I just was just sharing a few of the things of how you can use the tea bag to make it a for a tip out, and instead of using like traditional washi tape. So because I'm always I'm always willing and happy to learn from other people. That's what we all do, and that's one of the reasons why I have a YouTube channel, so people can learn from me and I can learn from them as well. So I hope you all enjoyed the video. I will be doing a full flip through on this book, as well as sharing some photos of the process at Orly's workshop. That'll probably be coming up in the next week or two, and I'm hoping that you'll look forward to watching that, because this was a really fun project to do, and you'll definitely be seeing me doing more of these for future projects and things. So thanks again for watching, and I hope you enjoyed the just little tips and things of how I use those types of items in my projects for my faux DIY type of washi tape. And just to give you another peek again here, here's some more of that sari silk. So just so fun. I just love the way it looks and the texture. So I will see you guys in the next video. Stay safe and stay healthy, and I will see you soon. Bye.